Most High's getting ready to come back and change all of that around. All right?
I got Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increases sorrow.
That's why our Lord was it says in Isaiah 53, much sorrow, much grief, man. All right, knowing the truth. All right, even though it does set you free, but like the brother was saying, at times, it wears you down, man, because we ready to get out of here. We ready to enter into the kingdom, man. We ready to get our rest. All right, because we don't have no rest here, man. All right, so much wisdom, much grief. Hey, that's a read that again.
Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
Right, man. Going into the plantation, seeing your Edomite boss, knowing he going into slavery, but at the time being, he's over you.
Right. He's living it up. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It's much grief, man. Babylon gets you vexed, man. And if you're not vexed in Babylon, you're not in the right spirit.
Right. That's why 2/3 of our people come up against us, because they can't see what we can see. We've been blessed with the understanding of the world that we're living in. Okay, but the 2/3 they don't have that blessing. So they don't understand why we're out here on the highways and byways crying aloud and sparing not. They don't understand why we're doing it. Like we said earlier, we look like fools to our own people. But we have a higher understanding. We know who our enemies are. Okay, and these so-called white people are going into captivity, they're going into slavery.
That's right.
Okay, thus saith the Bible. Okay? And these are the words that our people haven't been hearing for hundreds of years. Okay? But now the truth is coming out. Okay, the word of the Lord is coming out. Okay, and these so-called white people are going into captivities and the other nations as well. Okay? And that's righteousness. That's a perfect judgment, man. That's balance, man. Because our nation, we serve all the other nations in the world. Okay? It's only right and it's only righteous and balanced that the other nations serve us. Now, all the other nations are going to serve us, man. Okay? And everybody thinks that's a wicked thing to say. That's a righteous thing. Okay? Because we were separated and scattered amongst all the nations in the earth, and we served them. And we not only served them for a little amount of time, we served them for generations after generations for free. Okay? Now, when the Lord is going to return, he's going to flip that over. He's going to flip it around. Okay? And not only they're going to serve slavery for 1,000 years, we're going to continuously be on top of them. Okay? And we're going to continuously break them up like a potter's clay.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead, Al.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
It's a righteous thing. Okay? Repeat that.
2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Okay? That's the New Testament. Okay? How come these pastors don't bring that out? Okay? The Most High is gonna pay back our enemies for what they've done, man. Okay? For touching the apple of his eye. For touching his people. Okay? And they have the scriptures. They know the rules of slavery themselves. Okay? They go over the scriptures over and over and over again. This is how they're able to create these false doctrines. Okay? Because they study the Bible just as much as we do. Okay? And they understand that you're supposed to 6 years. Okay? You have another nation in captivity. And then on the 7th, you release them with substance. But they don't keep that law. The Hebrew slave, Salakia. Okay? But they don't keep the ways of the Bible. Okay? That's why they're going to receive twice as much. All right?
Because even in our law, it says we can rule the other nations with rigor. But we can't do that to a king.
Not towards a Hebrew brother.
Right.
Salakia for that. Go ahead.
All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Oppression make a wise man mad. Even 2/3 of Israel, all right, they know that they're being oppressed. Nobody likes going to work 7 days a week or Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. All right, when I go to the plantation on Monday, you know, everybody's vexed. All right, the Jakes, the Edomites, everybody, and nobody wants to be there on a Monday. All right, but our people think, you know, this is life. They wrapped up in their careers. All right, they think, you know, having a job and paying bills, you know, that's the way of life. All right, but we kings and princesses, you know, we not supposed to be working. We're not supposed to be, especially for an Edomite boss. All right, we supposed to be ruling over these other nations. All right, and it says, and a gift destroys the heart. All right, so these, you know, like just like these celebrities. All right, these elites, you know, they give them money. All right, they give them drugs, but that's destroying their heart.
Destroying their mind, plaguing their mind, you know?
All right, bribing them, you know, taking them out of their integrity, pretty much.
See, but it was okay when all the other nations had their chance to rule over us. It was okay. But now that, you know, Jake is speaking what's going to happen to them, now that, ultimately they don't got an issue with us. They got an issue with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it's like,
now we preaching hate.
We preaching hate speech now. You know what I'm saying? You done kicked our ass from here to the other side of the world. Now all of a sudden, when we tell you through the scriptures that the Lord is getting ready to put you into slavery, all of a sudden it's a problem. How that works? You know what I'm saying? That sounds crazy. Okay, if you're all about justice and a second chance, then you should accept it. But these people, they're wicked. They're not going to accept that. They're not going to accept true justice. Okay, true righteousness. They're not going to accept that. Because now when it's their turn to go into captivity, now we're the evil ones. Now we're the wicked ones.
Even when you bring up our captivity, you know, being enslaved, even though we still are today, but even though when we bring up transatlantic slave trade, all right, we speaking hate, but we speaking the truth.
I tell you to get over it. Right.
Tell you to get over it, but y'all foot still on our neck. But we all equal.
Right.
So 2nd Ezra chapter 10 and verse 22. Our pastry is laid on the ground. Our song is put to silence.
Right. That song is these scriptures, man. But through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the song is being back up. The song is being brought back alive, man.
Our rejoicing is at an end.
Yep, because we're in mourning. We're in a state of mourning right now. We're not rejoicing in Babylon, man. All right, if you rejoicing in Babylon, you got demons on you.
The light of our candlestick is put out. Things are defiled, and the name that is called upon us is almost profane. Our children are put to shame. Our priests are burnt. Our Levites are gone into captivity. Our virgins are defiled, and our wives ravished.
Our women, man, our women are defiled, man.
oh shit.
Right? There's almost no virgins in this society, man. And the Lord, He said that we are to have virgins as our wives. Man, I was watching a video last night. It's called telegoonery, something like that. You ever heard of that?
Nope.
It's because if you lie with a woman to have sex with her, you know, your DNA is put in her. And so if she has multiple bodies, if she got like five bodies on her, then all the DNA from the other men is inside of her. You know, and if she has a baby by the sixth man, you know, that baby could look like
First dude.
Yeah, they can have traits like similar, like certain features about them of the other men.
Because their DNA is inside of them. You know, so that's why the Lord said, take a virgin for your wife. You know, but we in Babylon, we can't have virgins. You know, it's very rare. You know, but that's why the Lord said to have virgins, man.
Hey, the womb is so polluted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our women's wombs are polluted, man. They're defiled, man. They have a residue of other men. And then on top of that, Esau puts all these chemicals in our food, and the womb of our women are completely toxic, filled with metals and such, man. And that's why a lot of our children besides the vaccines, a lot of our children, man, they're subjected to a lot of these metals, and they come out deformed and having issues. What Esau has done to Jacob, man, is too much, man. You know, there's a lot of things that we don't even know yet, and a lot of things we're gonna receive when Yahushua returns. We're gonna understand the depth of the things Esau has done, man, to us. You know, that's why these other nations, they don't understand why we're out here sighing and crying, okay? Because they thinking what we went through is an easy thing, okay? We're gonna show you how easy it is when the Lord returns and we put you into captivity. They don't understand the damage we've taken on mentally because of this captivity. They don't understand that, but they're gonna understand it clearly when the Lord returns. All right.
Our righteous men carried away, our little ones destroyed, our women, our young men are brought in bondage, and our strong men are become weak.
Our strong men are become weak, man. The hot people in this society, man, they are very weak, man. Alright, as far as like the LeBron James, alright, the Floyd Mayweathers, you know, our leaders are soft, man. So that's why the Lord he has to choose the lowly jakes, you know, like us, man.
Baseman, he took baseman, man.
You know, we nothing in this society, but the Lord he's chosen the meek, man. You know? That's crazy. Those little kids, they ain't like the smell of the sage. They got demons on them. You got a piece of it?
Not continue.
Woman got demons on her too. She got a fade.
I actually know that daughter, man. That's her cousin is actually was in the truth, so she knows.
Yeah, it's lucky because she walked by and said, "Yeah, they hate the white man." Come on, girl.
Yeah, they know.
The kids stopped. Yeah.
But I don't understand why you in so much defense for somebody that's been oppressing you for so goddamn long and still doing it to this day. Like that's not noticeable to you.
Lord hates the so-called white man.
That's right.
That's the only reason why we hate the so-called white man, because the Lord hates him, man. Alright? You know, it says in what is that? Malachi? You know what? Malachi 1:4, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. You know? So of course we hate the so-called white man. Alright? He's a devil. Right? He's making us pay for everything, man.
I'll read this because if I'm not mistaken, this is 1 Corinthians 1 verse 27. But the Most High hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Okay, the Lord chose the weak in this world. Okay, who are the weak? We are, because according to Esau, in his status and his understanding, we're low. Okay, we're base, but the Most High chose us to confound the wicked, to confound the wise, because it's not the words that we bringing out are not our words. They're the words of the Most High. Okay, but we have faith, and that's the most important thing that we have. Okay, we have faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and we're confounding the wise, and they can't understand how do we know all the things that we know. Okay, and we give all glory to our power. We give all glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, because according to Esau, we were supposed to be dead. According to Esau, we were supposed to be in jail. Okay, we were supposed to be out here focusing on our dreams and such. Okay, but the Lord pulled us from the world and had us doing His work and gave us understanding and gave us knowledge. So now we're able to look at Esau in his eyes and tell him that he's going into captivity. And they don't like that. This is why they're going to try to do whatever they got to do to get rid of us off the corners of the streets. Okay, they're going to try to do anything to have us banning. They're going to try to ban us from. Oh, he got a European car.
True foreign car.
Yeah, that's a true. He's driving on the opposite side. Yep.
Did I ever tell you I met Martin Luther King himself?
He's a loser. Martin Luther King was a loser, man.
That's right.
He betrayed our people. So what?
He's a martyr.
Who said Martin Luther King represented us? We didn't collectively get together.
I like the man.
You can like him. That's
Of course you
personal.
like him.
Because he's for your people.
That's right.
He's for your way. Yeah, he's for your way and your people. He was not for the Lord.
I'm an activist.
Okay, whatever, man. You can
on the other
activate
side.
over there, man.
I'm activating.
That's right. You can
the
activate
cause.
over there, man. You going into captivity, man. You going into slavery.
That's right.
Base men, get ready for slavery.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Get ready for slavery.
Martin Luther King said he led his people into a burning house.
man. Oh, that was an infamous quote. Come on.
You know he set us up. We're supposed to be separated.
Right. You know, and you know that's why I don't understand. You know, I'm not sure if I spoke about this before, but I'm not sure where the hell we get this from, man. We didn't collectively get together and join Martin Luther King. Okay? We, as quote unquote black people, we never got together and like, yo, we gonna get behind this guy. Okay? That never happened. You know what I'm saying? So we don't agree with Martin Luther King. We don't agree with anything that he spoke for. Okay? Because he led our people like he said, he led us into a broken house, man. I mean a burning house. Okay? Martin Luther King was a traitor to our people, man. You know what I'm saying? They try to put him up as if we all agree with that man. We don't all agree with Martin Luther King, man. Okay?
And there's a precept where it says, the prophet have said,
I have dreamed. I have dreamed. Con.
Talk about Martin Luther King, man.
That's a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
And the Most High took his ass out, man, for being a liar, man, to being a deceiver of our people. Okay, but that's a weapon of the so-called white man, propping up leaders that they say that represents us, and then they kill them and sacrifice them publicly. Now all of a sudden, you got Jake over here idolizing these people for what? What did they do? They didn't do anything for you. They didn't tell you the truth. They didn't tell you who you are. Okay, they led you further into darkness, man. Further into integration. Okay, because integration caused us to drop our culture. Whatever understanding we had about the old world, it forced us to drop it. Because why? In order to succeed, we have to take on the way of the dominant society. And Esau didn't take on our way; we took on his way. Okay, because he controlled everything. So when we integrated, we had to integrate within his system. Okay, they didn't integrate into our system or the system of the Lord. We integrated into their system because they control everything. So it's easy for them to say, oh, let us all get together. Let's just all be one. Let's just love. Yeah, you can say that because you're in power.
That's that Martin Luther King spirit.
That's that Martin Luther King spirit. It's easy to say that when you're in power. When you control everything. Oh, let's be equal. And let's be one people, one love. But you say that, you say that when you're in captivity. When
Right.
you're serving us for free. Okay? You wanna come to the table and let's talk about it? Okay, let's say this. Okay? After the 1,000 years of slavery, we can have a talk after that. Okay? But you're not gonna like the results of that talk.
Con.
Okay?
Con.
Because you think we're gonna give up our power after 1,000 years? After you serve 1,000 years of slavery, we're gonna come to the table and we're gonna talk? You won't talk with us. What makes you think we're gonna talk with you? Through the scriptures, we know through prophecy that you're gonna be tossed into a fire, man. And you're no longer gonna exist on the earth after those 1,000 years of so-called white man. Okay? Which is Esau in the Bible. Okay? He's no longer gonna be on the earth ever again. We're no longer gonna be able to see Esau ever on the earth again. After he serves 1,000 years, right along with the other nations. But see, the other nations, they're gonna be happy when Jacob ruled. Okay? Because they're gonna, after their 1,000 years of captivity, they're gonna be able to have their lands. Okay? But they're gonna live under our rulership. Okay? And they're gonna pay tribute forever. Okay? And this is what I can't wait for them to pay tribute. Okay? To them to fear us. Okay? They have to look towards us for answers. We're not gonna look towards them for answers. Nah, that's not how the Lord wants us to operate. Go ahead now.
This is Numbers 23 and 20. It says, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Amalek, man, they're the people that like to hide behind the curtains. They're the people that control things behind the scenes. They don't like to prop themselves up as being the leader of anything. But we know that they control everything. These so-called Jews, man, they control everything. They control the banking systems. Okay? They're the chief of Ephraim. Yeah, they're the noble family, the top noble family. Okay, but they like to play behind the scenes. They don't like to put their name on anything much. They don't like to say that we did this. It was because of us. Nah, they like to hide behind the scenes. And if people don't understand that Amalek, they control both sides. Yeah, because the scripture says a house divided can't stand. Okay? Esau on this side is one side of the house. And the Russians are the other side of the house. And they're divided. Okay? But Amalek controls both sides. Because Amalek controls the banking system. They have dollars, we have dollars over here. Every country has dollars. How is that? Okay? Because they all run under the same system. Okay? Because Amalek was very smart, especially the elite families. What they've done was, as their children were growing up, they sent their children into the other nations. Okay? That they can speak their languages. Okay? And be brought up in their countries and in their nations. And that's how they were able to take over these other nations, man. And they control both sides, okay? Because Amalek, especially the elite banking families, they own and control the world's largest gunpowder mine, okay? So when your country is getting ready to go into war, let's say you already have the supplies that you need, okay? As soon as your supplies are depleted and you don't have enough gunpowder for your weapons, you have to go to Amalek. And both sides have to go to Amalek because they own the world's largest gunpowder reserve. Okay? So now you don't have no money, you don't have no substances. Now the other nations are going to Amalek like, look, we don't have nothing, but we need to win this war. So what they do is they make deals with Amalek. Okay? We want this, and we want this, and we want ownership of that in your country. And they'll do anything to win. Okay? But ultimately, Amalek is not going to lose whether you win or lose. Okay? Amalek is going to win. Because even if your side loses, they still, on paper, have all your substances. They have full control of your nation. So it's a win-win for them. Okay, so Amalek is controlling both sides, but see, they think they're in control of everything when they're not. Okay, the Most High is in control. Okay, what's the scripture says of the heart of king?
What is it? Proverbs 21:1. Yep, the scriptures, they're called the secret counsel of the wicked.
They are the secret counsel because they like to hide behind these curtains, man.
21:1.
Yep. Proverbs.
It's Proverbs chapter 21. Verse 1, the king's heart excuse me, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
Okay, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. Okay, he turned it wherever he wants it to turn. Okay, so all the things that Esau is doing, he thinking that he came up with it. Okay, but he has no idea where his thoughts come from. Okay, the Most High is in control of this movie. Okay, they think everything that they're doing is of their own knowledge and understanding. Okay, they don't know the foundation of knowledge and understanding. Okay, they don't know what happens to that little voice in their head. They don't know what happens to it when it dies. Where does it go? Who's in control of it? Who put it in there? Who put it in your body? They don't know. They know, but they don't want to give credit to the Most High. Okay, this is the Most High's movie, man. Okay, he controls both sides. What's written in the scripture will come to pass. Go ahead,
Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
The Lord said, deliver us from them, man. That's what he said. Repeat that again.
Psalm 17:13, it says, Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down.
Disappoint him, cast him down. And this is what the Most High is getting ready to do. And he's preparing that in a beautiful way that we can see. Okay? That those who believe in his name, those who believe in his word can see it. But the rest of the world, they can't see it. Okay? Go ahead.
It said, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Deliver our soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay? So the wicked of the world is the sword of the Most High. Okay? The scripture, Job 9 verse 24 says what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? So who establishes that? The Most High. Okay? And that even goes back even further when Esau received his blessing. Okay? Because his blessing was to receive the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. Okay? So that was pretty much in a way prophecy. Okay? Because Esau controls the world today. Okay? But his demise is to serve Jacob. His end is to serve Jacob. And that's according to the scripture. Okay? So Jacob hasn't controlled the whole world yet. Okay? And we're living in a time where Jacob is getting ready to control the world. But first Esau has to come down.
Right.
Okay? And how is he going to come down? Through the word of the Most High, and his word shall not come back to him void.
Right. Tells you that.
Come on.
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness.
That's what I'm looking for. Go ahead.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, do all these things. Well, you got it. You got it. All right. So the Lord, the Lord is the one, creating this peace. All right. The Lord creates peace, and He creates evil. All right. So these elites, all right, you hear about the wars and rumors of wars. That's all Yahweh. Yahweh control good and He control evil. All right. So the Lord is in control of everything.
Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 10, and I'll actually start from the top. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is such all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited. Verse 4, here's the point. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time He will set over it one that is profitable.
Okay, and who's the profitable that the Lord is going to put over? Okay, Yahweh Shah. And then who's joint heirs with Yahweh Shah? Jacob. Right. Okay, but go up a scripture before that.
It's Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people.
An unwise king destroyeth his people. And that's Esau. Okay? Esau put his own people into captivity. How unwise is that? He put his own people into captivity. Okay? He put us into captivity, now their own people are in captivity. They're paying bills, they're paying for water and food and everything else. But yet, they're so prideful, they still believe that they're over you. Okay? And that's because that's an unwise king, man. That's not going to happen in our kingdom. That's not going to happen when Yahweh Shah returns. Okay? We're not going to be in slavery with the other nations. They're going to be in slavery by themselves. And we're going to reap the benefits of all of that. Okay? And all our people is going to be rich from the top to the bottom. Okay? There's not going to be one poor people amongst our people. That even though the Lord said that the poor shall be with us forever, but the poor of our people is going to be different. The poor of our people is going to be like the elite of this world, even richer. Because the poor of our people, man, they're going to live it up, man. They're going to have servants themselves. They may not have as much substance as the elect is going to have, but they're going to have servants, man.
Yeah. Esau, he unwise putting his own people into captivity because he's so cheap, man. Amalek, man. Working for Amalek himself, man, they cheap, man. They tax you for everything.
And I'm about to say, most of the people that's on food stamps is Edomite.
But they like to blame it on Jake. They be like, oh, you guys are on welfare. They on television, they make it seem as if we're the problem. They make it seem as if, oh, the economic system is bad because of Jake. The government in trouble financially because of Jake, because of the so-called Mexicans and the so-called blacks. They need to fend for themselves. They need to go out and get jobs and stuff like that. But it's your fault that your economic system is crashing. But you're trying to blame it on Jake. And guess what? Because you're in power, nobody can refute that. Nobody can go against you for saying that. Everybody just gonna agree because they control everything. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna disagree because they want to continue eating. Okay, they want to continue to drink. They want to continue to have those good jobs. This is why a lot of our people, they're gonna agree with Esau during that time, man. Because they don't want to give up the things that they have in this kingdom. That's why a lot of our people, they're gonna take that chip, man. They're gonna take the mark of the beast because they lack faith in the Most High.
Trying to save their life. That's why the scripture says those that save their life shall lose their life.
Those that save their life shall lose it. Okay? Because they want what the so-called white man has to offer instead of what the Most High has to offer. How does the so-called white man get into power? The Most High put them into power. The Most High is the controller of their minds. Okay? They don't even know where their thoughts come from and where it goes after they die. They think everything is of themselves. But they're going to learn very well that these so-called white people are going into captivity, man.
That's right.
Thus saith the Bible.
That's right.
If you got a problem, take take it up with the boss.
Right.
Okay? This is in the Bible. Okay? The Bible tells of your end. Don't you want to know it? Okay? We received our judgment. Why, so what's the problem of you receiving yours? If you think you're so-called good people, then stand in front of the Lord and tell him that. Okay? Oh, we're good people. They put it on TV like the so-called white people are so good and they don't do any evil. Well, say that in front of the Lord and see what he says. Okay? Because we took our judgment. Now it's time for yours. Ooh. All right? Now it's time for yours. Go ahead. You have precept?
Well, keep speaking because I gotta find it.
Okay? They don't want to be judged. Okay? But they want to go all around the world and judge other people, saying that, oh, this leader is not ruling over their people correctly. Oh, I want to do it. Okay? Well, who made you the judge? Okay? But the Most High is lifting up the skirt in Babylon, man. Okay? The Most High sent his prophets out here to prophesy and tell the people their judgment, man. Our people first and the other nations.
What's that one scripture that said they going into other lands and
Go ahead, Al.
Daniel chapter 4, verse
like pretty much
17.
take 'em over.
This is the matter by the decree of the watcher, and the demand by the word of the Holy One,
Paraphrasing.
to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
Go ahead, break that down, huh?
Well, that's just saying, you know, the Most High, he controls everything. And it says he rules in the kingdom of men, so the Most High, he controls everything that goes down on earth. And he said he'll set up whoever he will, meaning that whoever the Most High sees fit to be ruling, he's going to set them up. And the basis of men represents Esau. Job 30 says they're more vile than the earth, you know, they're base men.
And we agree with the Lord. So whoever he want to put up, he's going to put up. Well, it's our time to be brought back up. Okay, and we agree with that. Because we suffered, man. We took on we paid for our sins. Now it's time for the other nations to serve their judgment. You know
that scripture out of one where it said I thought it said defraud thy neighbor.
Defraud thy neighbor not his wages.
Yeah.
That's in the law. I don't know the scripture though.
His wages. His wages. No, because working for Esau, man, they make millions of dollars a day, but still they pay us every 2 weeks.
Supposed to pay that man every day for his work.
No, we're supposed to be paid every week, man.
Bro,
Every day. Every day.
Every day.
When you think about it, bro, when you're amongst people who make a lot of money, who make thousands of dollars a day, we over here, we talking about, and we're excited about getting paid an extra dollar per hour. We over here getting paid $15 an hour, some of us 10, some of us 12, and we think we living it up. You know what I'm saying? Jake think they living it up, getting paid $15 an hour. Bro, that's so base, man. That's so little, man. That's crumbs, man. You getting paid $15, $18 an hour, that's crumbs, man. But because we're at the bottom, we think that's a lot of money. That's not a lot of money at all. You have these elites making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, okay? And we making $15 an hour.
I was at Walmart. It was a Walmart like almost 2 weeks ago in his Northern Kingdom. He was an employee at Walmart, and I was walking by. He was talking to this other Southern Kingdom, and he in the Northern Kingdom he was prepped up because he had got a raise for $12. He was like, "Man, I'm making $12 now."
Man.
In my heart, I was like, "What?"
That's sad, man. That's sad.
And then you know another thing too, when you think about it, if you look on your check, they got Medicaid coming out your check,
Right.
and you don't even got you don't got health care.
Come on.
But then when you go to the hospital or a doctor, you still gotta
You still gotta pay, and they taking out your check already.
That's crazy.
I thought y'all took it out my paycheck already.
Right.
Right.
Should be good to go.
You know how much money we supposed to have
Come on,
by now? If we go to the hospital, that should be shit.
Lucky. They said that dude Jeff Bezos, he cut benefits for Whole Food employees to save money.
Huh?
To save $8 million.
What happened?
Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, he cut healthcare benefits for Whole Foods employees to save $8 million, but he makes $8 million an hour. That's
God damn.
$8 million an hour.
That's to do that on Amazon.
Yeah.
He definitely sold out.
I got a precept.
I mean, he's Esau, ain't he?
Yeah.
He
I
Esau,
expect
how
it.
could you sell out if that's your own people?
Me too.
Ready
Hi,
to be a
friend.
slave?
Ready to be a slave?
Alright.
I got a precept. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the
They own us.
wicked bears rule, the people mourn.
Break that
All right.
down.
Damn, you see that?
He own us. They own us.
I'll read that one. he like thumbs up.
Yeah, he.
All right, lucky. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right, so that's how we know that the wicked is ruling right now. All right, you know from Jake all the way down to these other nations. All right, everybody on the face of this planet is mourning. All right, the brother just said not too long ago, Lady Gaga. All right, she regrets selling her soul. All right, that's an Edomite. All right, from the Edomites to Jake to your average Arab. All right, everybody's oppressed. Everybody's mourning. Everybody's in the state of mourning.
This is why.
Go ahead. I'll play.
This is Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 13. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. You know, these Edomites, you know, they cuff our money all night, man. And they pay us a week or two later. You know? And
take away our money. Our money gone before we even get it. You know, like the brother said, you got Medicaid coming out. You got your Social Security coming
Federal
out.
tax.
Federal tax.
You know, at that point, they should stop taking Social Security from the generation that's not going to receive it, right? Because they said, what they said, like by the time we retire,
There ain't gonna be none.
there ain't gonna be no Social Security, and they're gonna raise our retirement age to like what 70 something. Like, bro, a lot of us are not gonna make it till 70 something. So what's gonna happen to that money that was stored up this whole time? It's gonna be given back to the government.
That's why when I fill out my what's that thing called? Your taxes.
Exempt.
Yeah.
Taxes, not tax exempt, but when you fill out your
when you get a new job and stuff like that.
Yeah. W2s.
Yeah.
The water. When I fill out my W2s, man, I claim 7 to get my money back right now.
I'm exempt. I ain't got nothing for you.
Because man,
I ain't trying to pay Uncle Sam.
they taking our money, telling us that. You see, this is how Esau think his kingdom is gonna last forever, because he thinking that 30, 40, 50 years from now, okay, you're gonna be able to retire or whatever, and the money is gonna be there. That's how proud they are, okay? Because they don't think their kingdom is gonna go down, but their kingdom is going down, okay? Because in a way they even tell you that, because they tell you, man, there's not gonna be any Social Security for us.
And that's crazy that they are like your 401k.
Yeah.
Like, why they holding your money? Why they holding your money?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Why not teach you how to save your money, and properly invest your money?
And then if you
Touch is a penalty.
then if you touch it, then
It's a penalty, right?
that's crazy.
So they using your money, but really, when you go back into it, the Federal Reserve note, that shit's not even. It's not even backed up by nothing.
Come on.
It's nothing. It's just a piece of paper.
The faith of everybody in this society have faith in that money.
It's by faith. That's the only reason why the dollar is still existing. It's because of the faith of the people. If the people loses faith in the dollar has no value. This is why when Esau does business overseas internationally, he's doing business knowing that he has a machine back home. He has a machine knowing that these people are going to get up every day and they're going to go to work for these companies. This is when they do business internationally. They be like, look, if you open up a business in America, whatever, you're going to have people that's working for you, because we have a nation, a country full of employees. Okay, so you know, Ammon or Moab, they're thinking, okay, that's good, okay, and they open up a business in Babylon, and who's the first people to fill out applications in Babylon? Jake.
Yep.
And they're gonna come and grow, so there's not a problem looking for employment. That's why they're able to project their numbers the way that they do, because Babylon is a country full of employees, man. Okay. And you know, the elite, they say America is a country full of merchants. Everybody's selling, but nobody's buying. You know, that's what they say as well. But we all know, man, everybody here is looking for work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you was to open up a company, it's not hard to get employees. Okay.
That's why it says in the prophecy in Revelation 18 how the other nations, they're gonna they're gonna be mad because they're not gonna be able to be doing business with Babylon anymore.
Oh yeah, when this place is through.
Where is that actually?
Revelation 18.
Revelation
Hot.
18.
Can't do no trading.
Let's bring that out.
We still running on both. You good?
Man.
Yeah, we started.
Yeah, probably.
Y'all make it do this up?
18 what now?
18 and you can start at verse 8 if you want
Okay.
to.
Okay, Con. This is Revelation 18, verse 8. And it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Okay? And and all these things are going to come in one day. Okay? And first, before that, the economic collapse is going to happen. Okay? And I'm not sure if the chip is going to come first or after, but we know it's going to happen within that same time. And then once that happens, famine is going to kick in. Okay? And famine is already kicked in Venezuela. Okay? And also Bahamas. All these places, they're going through famine right now. They're just not being publicized. It's not being publicized in our news. See, the news likes to keep you entertained and give you more entertainment after entertainment after entertainment.
6ix9ine.
You know, Tekashi 6ix9ine and stuff like that. So you're not mindful of what's really going on. Okay, so when it happens to you, it's gonna come out of surprise. I mean, because you weren't aware of the time that you were living in. You're thinking that, oh, it's just over there, but it's gonna happen here too. It just haven't happened to you yet. Okay, and it says therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Okay, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. Okay, these other nations, they're gonna wail and they're gonna lament for Babylon. They're gonna lament for the downfall of America. Okay, because they benefited off this place, man. Okay, like I said earlier, man, this place is full of employees, man. It's for an employee. What it means, servant or slave, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Okay, you have a country full of slaves, man. So these other countries, they find that very, very beneficial to their own. Okay? Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. You know, all these nations, man, they're gonna receive destruction, man. You know, China, Russia, Israel, all these